Howdy folks, more hydraulic brake line garbage that you buy, you pay for. This is brake stuff. And why is it wrong? This is safety, 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 right? So, today we're going to talk about unions, couplings for brake lines, specifically the 3/16 inch brake line, right? I've been using these for years. So if you got to extend a brake line to the rear of your vehicle, for example, you use one of these. Well, this video is because of a buddy of mine doing a project, and he ended up with leaks at the couplings and ran around in circles, reflaring and changing and cutting back and reflaring again. He then pulled this out and discovered they're not threaded in all the way. See what I'm looking at? So what happens is, as you screw the tube nut in, the nut bottoms out in the threads, but the line isn't retained and crushed into the cone. This is your sealing surface. The little cone down in there, right? That's your sealing surface. So as this nut runs in, hits the back of this flare. This is standard inverted flare. That's supposed to push this flare into the cone and seal, right? So why are we getting crap that ain't right? So one thing I noticed, these always had a thin wall on them. This particular one that's not machined correctly has a thicker wall on it. So just take a look if you're having problems or you're putting your brake system together. I don't know what manufacturer. Unfortunately, I didn't get any manufacturers or part numbers for this bad one. He went to the auto parts store to let them know, and then they gave him this one. Then he later found out that this is metric, M10-1. So that's not good, especially when you take a 3/8 tube nut and it screws together seemingly fine. It's a little wobbly, right? A little wobbly, but it does screw together. It will tighten and it will seal and it won't leak. But you want to really rely on these threads that are a mismatch, be aware. So I'm not sure if all these that look like the one I'm holding here are metric or not, but don't always trust your counter guy at the auto parts store, because my buddy walked out with a metric one. And then he brings back this one, and the counter guy didn't even have the initiative to go back to the bin and pull these out of their inventory. That's frustrating. This is what we're dealing with, folks. You have to pay attention. We are getting crap products in our lives today, all over. What do? Well, hopefully this will help somebody. Alright, enjoy your day and good luck with your project.